Native Americans. I said, okay, who saw the memo? Okay. They created this and they taught us how to use this powerful tool. And they have ways of celebrating this dream catcher. And it's important. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to get back to you, but just kind of work with me with this. See, they initiate their dream catcher, so they get a dream catcher, but they just don't, many of you, don't raise your hand. You all got a dream catcher and you wouldn't put it up somewhere, and it's looking pretty in your house. Now, I know that's what you did. Okay, that's all right. Don't raise your hand. But they initiate this. They initiate it through a ritual ceremony, and they say that the ritual is important because it is the way your dream catcher becomes one with your feelings and perform the way you want it to. Now, remember what I just called you a little bit ago. I called you a dream catcher. They said there's something that goes on with this. It's got to be a ritual. So this thing here, it's important because it's important that it become one with your feelings and to perform the way you want it to. You see, once they decide, that is our Native American friends, and they're teaching us now, where to hang their dream catcher, they perform this ritual that will make it work properly, in their living space. In their living space. We live, by the way, this is just a sneak of what's coming. We live in our consciousness, you all. Don't worry about it. You'll hear, somebody will tell you later what it means. That's where we live. We live, that's our awareness is our conscious, that's where we live. And they do something so that it'll work properly. This dream catcher, maybe this is kind of like a metaphor, maybe. This is kind of like a parallel, this is kind of like a something. It's not metaphysical, but it's comparing this to what we are. The initial step of the ritual, they do something, and it's so interesting because one of my team members mentioned sage to me recently. And I said, what is sage? And this was before I had gotten to what I'm doing right now. And she said, Reverend Jackie, it cleanses the air. And I kind of said, okay, I got your number. Well, as I was preparing for tonight, the ritual, the first step is that they burn sage. They let it smoke, they let the sage smoke cleanse their house. We know some of you are metaphysicians, our consciousness, well, we're kind of talking about this though, right? They let the sage cleanse their house in the beginning of the ritual before they start putting the dream catcher anywhere. And in the midst of the sage smoke, they offer up prayers for their dream catcher. And they offer up prayers for what they wish for it, how they want it to bless their homes. They become one with their dream catcher. They become one with their dream catcher. So I want you to allow yourself to visualize what the dream catcher is there to protect. What might the dream catcher, because I'm going to tell you how it works in a few minutes, but why are they doing all of this? To set this, to put this someplace in their house so that it can produce what they want and it can protect them. And they end their ceremony by thanking their dream catcher and knowing that it's ready to bless their home. There's some other rituals various Native Americans did to initiate and bless the dream catcher. But what was so prominent is they understood that there was something that had to be done. See, too often we think somebody's got to do something or someone's blocking us. They understood they had to do something for something to happen in their house. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. And they said, whatever ceremony you choose, perhaps whatever path you go. No, we're talking about the dream catcher. Whatever ceremony you choose, make sure you are on the one that works best for you. How does a dream catcher function? Well, everybody knows this already, but I'm just going to review it for those of us who are catching up on our Native American brothers and sisters. there's a feather in the center. We have two feathers, okay, which is double good, okay? And it means this feather represents breath or represents life, okay? And then, this is where, because we had to get different colors, we had to be colorful. There's an opening in the center, and we all saw the opening in the center, right? We all saw the opening in the center, right? Yeah, okay, there you go. And it's important because it is for the Native American, that opening in the center is how the dream comes through into their lives. Around the opening, as we see here, there's netting. And the netting serves a couple purposes depending on which tribe you're speaking to. One is that if the dream perhaps is not for your highest good, some of us might call it a nightmare, I don't know, bad dream, it gets caught up in the netting. It gets caught up in the, oh, somebody got it. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. Okay. It gets caught up in the netting, and when the sun comes up, the sun just has it dissipate into the nothingness from which it came. Wow. Wow. Others look at this and say, well, that's not quite my path, but here's what happens with the netting for me. When those dreams that are kind of bad, necessarily, they don't have all the highest good for me, but there's a lesson and a blessing that's going to come through me, then the yucky stuff gets caught up in the netting. And the things that are for my highest good, even in a bad dream situation, a dream, comes on through and blesses me. Whichever meaning that you would ascribe to, this evening, I'm here to let it be clear to you and you and you and you and you back there, drum divas, and to everybody. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I'm here to let it be clear to you that you are a dream catcher. You are a dream catcher with one purpose on the planet, and that is to capture in your conscious mind your dreams, millions of them, one of them, whatever, from your indwelling God. Your indwelling God. That higher self, the one that, for those of you who may not have heard this conversation before, but that one, that higher self, that part of you that tells you your first mind, you should not have done it, you should have done it that way. We all know the first mind. That higher self that says that, we call it intuition. Why are you going out with that one? That's not the one to go out with. Am I the only one that had that intuition given to me? And then you just ignore it and go and say, oh, why did I do it? That God that I call my indwelling God is that part of you that is forever and ever directing you, talking to you, communicating with you, will never go down trouble with you, but will walk with you so it can walk you out of the trouble. Understand? Yeah, I know it says in one of the Psalms, you go to hell, I'm there. But it didn't mean that God was if God is there, it's got to be heaven, right? Huh? Oh, okay, I'm getting too. Okay, stop. Come on back. As a dream catcher with the one purpose on this planet, to capture in your conscious mind, and we're talking about dreams this weekend. We're talking about golden dreams, golden world. Golden dreams, golden world. What we saw in the video, what you are living, every experience that you have now had came through this process. You might not have called it a dream because it might be seeming like it's a nightmare. But it came through this process. We need to understand our power. We need to understand what I am. I'm an operating machine. I'm an operating God machine. As a matter of fact, I heard somebody say, maybe somebody in here, so I'll give you full credit. I'm a walking affirmation of power. I'm a walking affirmation of power. I think I heard it as I'm a walking affirmation of gratitude, but I like power better. Who told me that? Anybody in the audience said I'm a walking affirmation of gratitude? Oh, good. Okay, I made it up. Okay. We are to see, and I have it all caps, each dream in grand and glorious detail, and then manifest it. And now I am not talking about your eyes. I'm talking about the spiritual eyes. I'm talking about that spiritual knowing where you see a lot more than you want to say that you see. That sight that will absolutely always protect you and guide you and direct you until the external facts and folks get caught up in these eyes and you get shifted, generally upside down. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. We are to see each dream in grand and glorious detail. That's why we are here. And then we are to manifest it. We are to demonstrate it so that we may experience it. I tell you, you are here to manifest the divinity that you are. You're here to do it not just for your own self. You think Jesus just, although Jesus, let me tell you, can I do a side? Jesus, I love Jesus. Because that Jesus, the master teacher, however you want to call him, was a good old self-loving guy. He understood, I forgive, because if I don't forgive, I'm going to be in bondage to you. Okay, you understand that? That's what that means. That's right. That's what that Jesus understood. So I'm living, he understood that I've got to manifest. I got to show how awesome I am because I am a walking manifestation of the divine. And if people see me and I tell them, it's not me that's good, it's God. The glory will be to God, and they will learn that they have the same power because he said over and over again, I don't have any more power than you have. So as you're manifesting in your greatness, remember this, ladies, that you can tell your sister, I don't have any more power than you have. Let's see what you are seeing. Let's see what you are being. Let's see what you are thinking on. Let's see, are you using your power? Because whatever you got, the only way you got it was by creating it. I don't want any doors locked. I don't want anybody walking out here talking about she done lost her mind. And like a dream catcher, our dreams come to us through an opening. Our dreams come, even though our dream catchers I gotta figure this out. Okay. Our dreams come to us through an opening. The opening is our mind. The opening is our mind. You see, they come from that higher self or that indwelling God or whatever you want to call that power that you have. It comes and it's given, and they come when we are asleep. They come when we are awake. And let me take a side trip for a minute. The next time somebody is telling you to stop daydreaming, you tell them to shh, or whatever else you want to tell them. In a state of restfulness, your dream comes in forms and all sort of images. And if we have unleashed, or right now, if we choose to unleash our power of imagination, oh, look out, world. Look out, world. Do you think, well, we always use the Wright brothers. Come on, y'all, give me some women. So what women, I got to do better with this. We got some women who came up with some stuff. Who? Madam C.J. Walker. Yeah, she was a millionaire, too. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that in her. Okay. She had stuff for your hair and everything. What? Reverend Jack? Oh, okay, then I like that one, too. Okay. Well, she did do this with the gold rush, I got to tell you. But look, our world, our imagination is a faculty, is a power. Some call it faculty of the mind. Some call it just the power. You call it what you want. But just know that you got it. It forms images. And it has the power, that imagination has the power to shape. And we take it short shrifts too much. It takes our thoughts and forms our thoughts, and we just think that's kid stuff. I got to work. I got to take, what's the next plan? Plan A, plan. I tell people, and sometimes it's hard to talk about my sponsors. I got to listen to my sponsors. My sponsors are wonderful. But some sponsors don't get it because I don't tell them how to do a resume writing. I don't tell them how to write a book. I don't tell them what suit to wear to work. Because if, in fact, you get your mind and your imagination going right, and you cleanse up inside, your God will direct you as to what you're to do and when you're to do it. But sometimes companies don't get that. But that's all right. We're not worried about that right now. With our imagination, we lay hold of ideas. Oh, my God. God gives them to us. Do you know how many ideas God gives us each and every day? Thousands of them. And we clothe them with substance. And the substance is not out here. It's in here. It's in our being. Do you realize, and I'm just saying what the theologians and the folks say, that your body is a product of your mind? What we picture, what we imagine in our mind, I promise you will eventually appear in your body. What we picture or imagine in our minds will eventually appear in our body, and I just don't mean our physical body. I mean our body of affairs. If I see a piece of paper called a bill, and I start imagining that it can terrorize me, guess what I'm doing? I am being terrorized. If I see a pink slip, and I start imagining that it's my doom and my gloom as opposed to the open door to my next opportunity, guess what I'm going to be? In doom and gloom. Understand, you those examples for those people who have never heard this stuff before. Do you understand? It was a flip of the mind, a flip of the imagination. What we picture or imagine in our mind will eventually. Golden dreams, I got to tell you, you will not have a golden world thinking of yucky dreams. If you have yucky dreams, what you going to have? A yucky world. I'm just telling you the truth. In the communication of your God, and I'm saying God, you do not have to call it God. I used to say you can call it a tree, and somebody said I shouldn't say that. Whatever you call that higher power in yourself. The reason I can have the Gold Rush Women's Conference is because I know there's a higher power that created each of you. And that higher power doesn't do anything but create goodness. The higher power does not create mess. So you came as a gold mine. You have every golden nugget that you might ever think you want when you walked up in this earth. That's because a higher power created you. But in communication with that higher power, the imaging power of the mind plays an important role. You see, our mind, that's the whole. Remember, that's the whole, because we're the dream catcher, and that's the mind. That's the whole, the mind. It receives divine ideas, and it reflects the character to your conscious mind. What is she saying? My. Some holy books, some scriptures, some Bibles, some other theologians have written that it's kind of like seeing angels ascending and descending upon us. It's kind of like seeing, there was this story about Jacob, the angels ascending and descending. That is that God sends us ideas. And when we work with those ideas, it's like, whoa, I'm working with an idea. And if you think about it, and you really think about it, it becomes clear why we call our dreams desires. It becomes clear why we call our dreams desires, because our desires is what? God simply knocking on our door. Images come when our mind is at rest. The dreams come when our minds are at rest. The monkey chatter in our conscious mind will block a dream. The monkey chatter of I'm not good enough, the monkey chatter of I'm afraid, the monkey chatter of they won't like me will block the dream and won't even won't allow you to take the promotional exam so you can go on a bit higher. A promotional exam has been given to you as a dream from God. You just, walked into the room where it was on the board and you saw it. There was no oops. There was no oops. There was a dream that came through, and you took some action, and you walked in there, and there it was. And the monkey chatter about, I'm afraid I won't make it, will they laugh at me, who do I think I am to be able to move forward, will block you from following your dream. Are you with me? Are you with me? You see, it's important to know that the conscious mind receives these best when it's at rest. So, of course, now, you know what I got to talk about for just for a minute. And Reverend Paulette and Reverend Shirley are in the room, and so they can kind of chime in with yes, ma'am. You know what I got to talk about. When is your conscious mind at rest? God, I love it. Thank you. There's my sister, my birth month sister over there. That's why meditation, whoever has ever been in any class with me, any counseling session, any conversation for more than a few minutes, right? Go Rush team members? Yeah, go on. That's why I talk about meditation. They are dreams that God is attempting so hard to give us. There are dreams that our imagination could just work with and make grand and glorious kinds of beautiful pictures, completely make it up in your mind. There are dreams like that. And yet our mind is so busy chittering and chattering and carrying on because we have not meditated. You know what I think? I say if you got 5 minutes and you're going to be late for work, you're going to be fired if you're late for work. And if you haven't brushed your teeth and you haven't meditated, chew some gum and meditate. Meditate and chew some gum on the way to the train station. That's how important it is, because it's only when your mind is at rest will you be able to acknowledge the dream. We're talking about golden dreams, golden world. I'm talking about trying to reflect all the glory that I say that I want. And I usually try to do it just like somebody would do it. They got a spot on their dress. Reverend Evelyn will know this. I think I heard in her class. They got a spot on their dress, and they want to get the spot off, and so they wipe the mirror. I want a golden world, and I'm looking out here trying to make it golden. The golden comes from within. I came here fully packed. When I'm directed by God, yeah, there's some action I'll have to take. When I'm directed by God, yeah, there's some people I'll have to call. But it's not going to start from out there. It's going to start from my ideas, and it's going to start from my imagination. And my imagination is going to craft that little thing, and it's going to look magnificent. And then God's going to tell me how to do it. God's going to tell me, meditation. Or it's important. Another aspect of your mind resting, you know when your mind really rests? Who said it? Somebody said it out loud. You can say it loud, New York. When you sleep, when you're sleeping, the mind is at rest. And the subconscious, whatever you done dropped down in there, is taking over. It's glad that monkey mind is shut down. So what does that mean for us? That means before I go to bed, as much as I love Rachel Maddow, that can't be the last thing I watch. That can't be, even for somebody, as I'm a minister, I do a lot of counseling, I do it on the phone, the counseling session of somebody who's troubled cannot be the last thing that occurs to me before I go to sleep. I have to figure out some way. I'm trying to think. Wayne Dyer has a phenomenal book. And in Wayne Dyer's book, he has a whole chapter on falling asleep. I forget the name of the book. Somebody help me. His last book that he wrote. Huh? What is it? Wishes fulfilled. Thank you. Some of you are in my class. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to, excuse me. Wishes fulfilled. And what we're talking about in the golden world, even though we kind of want to pretend like it's not what we're talking about, because wishes fulfilled is for little kids. You are a big kid. Understand that. And you're here to manifest the glory of God. You're here to manifest your divinity. You're here to manifest it because that's why you came. You purposefully came to experience what you already knew. Now, you knew it, you forgot about it, so now you're here to experience it. So before you go to sleep, may I say to you, turn on some meditation music. Don't argue with your husband. I don't ever do that anyway. Don't argue with your children, Lola. Don't do that. Don't argue with nobody. Make peace with everybody. That's one of the reasons if Oprah was up here telling y'all, you'd be listening. Read your gratitude list. Write your forgiveness sheet. Do whatever you need to do to clear your mind so when you go to sleep, you're going to sleep in heaven. And the only thing your subconscious is going to do is make some more golden dreams so you'll have a golden world when you wake up. You got it? Yes. So I've given you lots of little things to think about, but we got to hurry up. We got to finish up. Meditation and going to sleep. 2 times when your mind is at rest. And if you've prepared yourself, the dreams can come through. And your mind can capture it. Your mind can capture it. Those times and at other times too, but particularly at those times, the conscious mind is at rest. In other words, I like to say, we shut up so that our God can talk real good to us. We shut it down so that, I don't know about, my God can talk real good to me, okay? The dreams form. And we then use our feather of faith because it said the dream came down according to my understanding. The dream came down the feather and became part of the life of the Native American. The dream forms and comes into our existence through the feather of faith. It slides on into our lives, slides down to our conscious mind, and our imagination and our faith, they're truly a team. It is not something that you just we like to read about this stuff. We'll even say, we'll watch Johnny Coleman on YouTube channels. We'll watch Reverend Derek or Reverend Lola or Reverend whoever, Reverend Cheryl. We'll listen to them. It sounds good, but it's real. It's as real as getting on a bike, learning how to ride it. If you don't practice riding a bike, can you ride a bike? If you don't practice using your imagination and your faith, it's there. I promise you it's there. But you've got to put them together. That's a team. That's a team you want to work together. They work hand in hand to create the opportunity for us to begin to feel our dreams. Oh, Reverend Ike said feelings get the blessing. Some of you too young to know Reverend Ike. He said the feelings get the blessing. So you want your imagination and you want your faith to come on together so I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel whatever it is that I am dreaming for. I can feel the gold rush in Chicago. I can feel the gold rush in Atlanta. I can feel it. Nobody has to tell me, but I can tell you exactly what it looks like. I can tell you exactly what the women are doing and how they're being blessed. I can see it. Reverend Shirley could feel her ministry. She could feel it. Nobody had to tell her about it. Folks tried to tell her about it. She said, that ain't it. I love my team members. They're so good. They will offer me phenomenal because they are experts in their areas. And sometimes I'll just say, but that's good, but it's not part of the vision. It's not part of the image that God has given me. You know, some people, would like to come to sessions instead of coming for the whole conference. I live in 2 miles away. I said, me too. I live 2 miles away too, but I can't go home because that's not what God has said. Women know how to come to a session and then go home and start complaining all over again. Women know how to come to a session and then have to run around 11 different things and never have time to actually work it. So the faith and the imagination joins up with faith, and the dreams start sliding into our world because we feel it. Now, let me say that not yet have I seen one physical thing. I'm still working with what's going to make it physical. I'm feeling my dream. To feel my dream, to really feel my dream, to feel it so much that if somebody says to me, it's not here right now, I would either just ignore them or share with them they are wrong in a very effective method. I'm glad you all got it. You got it. And I would just tell them, you just can't see it. As a matter of fact, there are those, I think it's Reverend Johnny Coleman, be careful who you tell your dreams to. Don't tell your dreams to everybody. Because they will either tell you, what did that say? They can say I'm crazy. They can say I'm whatever. But whatever they say, the dream that comes to my mind will be that which how my life is designed. Understand that. Let them say what they want to say lovingly and get the heck away from them. I may need to do something else. Because, see, I got my imagination coming. It's coming. The dream is coming. And the faith is making it real, and I'm feeling it. But I may need to call on my power of renunciation. I may need to call on my power of renunciation, Annie. You know what I'm saying? I may need to cleanse my conscious and my subconscious mind of any erroneous thoughts, ideas that may have found their way into my awareness. My renunciation may direct me to forgive somebody because my not forgiving somebody or something can truly distort my dream. I'm looking through the eyeglasses inside of unforgiveness. And so something that should be very beautiful is looking distorted. It's looking hard to get. It's looking like I can't ever do it. And all I need to do is to renounce, release, let go of unforgiveness. It can distort my dream of professional achievement as I remain unforgiving of my manager. Ladies, being pissed off at your manager ain't never done nothing good for you. God will not tell you to be angry. I won't say that word again. God will give you some things to do if you accept your dream, but being angry at the manager is not one of them. My renunciation may enable me to let go of pain from past experience because I can have this dream. And my holding on to a hurt from a past relationship may truly disfigure my dream of a new, loving relationship that's being created in my mind. I can't create it in my mind because I'm still holding on for what he did last time. Now, he done gone on and got married and got 2 children. About to move by home in Florida, okay? And I'm still holding on. Well, you know what he did to me? Which is absolutely disfiguring this dream. God is saying, please, let me open up. And you open up for a minute. But then you're holding on to this. Your renunciation will help you let it go. Renunciation may enable me to let go, of feelings of unworthiness, of self-doubt. And in clearing all that stuff out, I'm able to lift up my faith in myself and experience a new and renewed revelation that I am indeed a gold mine. And when I know that, I flip on my power of love. Okay? Once I know I'm a gold mine, once I know God made me and God don't make no mess, once I know that I got 24 carats all over me, all inside of me, all in my brain, all in my experiences, all in my relationships, all everywhere, oh yeah, I flip on some love. The power of love, I flip it on, Addie. I flip it on. Addie, I don't know why I keep talking to you, but I'm flipping it on. I'm going to flip it on. Because as I love my dream, we must love our dreams. We'll get a dream. And we start forming the picture. And our faith starts making it real in our minds. But we're too busy being helpers, being servers, and I do service, y'all know me, I do service, being whatever, and I don't love my dream. I have to love my dream. Why? As love, I am a magnet. When I love, I am a magnet. I pull to me every little and big thing I need to manifest my dream. If I love my dream, I am a harmonizer. I'm ensuring that all the pieces of my dream are coming together because I'm loving my dream. I'm seeing my dream. I have faith. It's all coming together, and I'm loving it. And I am pulling and harmonizing all the pieces together. Oh, my goodness. We wonder, how much power do we have? You hear what I'm saying? Everything I'm saying is coming from you. You are the power machine. And then I call my indwelling God to light up my power. Yeah. So that all the right things just happen to show up. All the right things just happen to show up. My power enables me to recognize and use my capacity to achieve my dream. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right now, you're sitting here with power that will help you to see what you need to do as God tells you how to do it. Instead of saying, I can't do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Who's going to tell me how to do it? Stop. You switched off the power switch. Flip it back on. My dream in each and every one of them, as I allow the meeting of imagination and faith, as I let go with renunciation of all the stuff that I have picked up over the last 12 months, and as I turn on love and with the understanding that I have the capacity, the power to do what I need to do, my dreams become my world. My dreams become my world. I imagine them. I feel them. And baby, then I live them. I live them. I imagine them. Please repeat after me. Oh, I wonder if you do. I feel them. I feel them. I live them. I live them. Now, if you haven't ever thought of your dreams in this way, or if it's been a long time, may I say, this is why you're here at the Gold Rush Women's Conference 2019. That's right. Let's put your hands together. We are about transformation. We are about digging deep. We are about using power tools to remove whatever yucky, mucky, crappy, whatever you want to call it, that's covering up. And somebody asked me, you want to spell stuff like this? Yeah. You name whatever it is that's covering up your gold. You name whatever it is that's covering up your goal, because you know you had this dream, and you had it, and you had it, and you had it, and oh, here it is. It's right here. It's gold nuggets. Those gold nuggets were covered up. I'm going to invite the drum divas back because we're about to work a little bit. Not very much longer, but we're about to work. I want the drum divas to come back. And as they're coming back, I want you to start leaning back and in your chair and just relax. Relax for just a few minutes. You all okay? You okay? Everybody okay? You getting it? You getting it? Uh-huh. And I want you to relax as they play the next song they're about to play. I really want you to relax and listen, and then we're going to do something with it. Are you all ready? Okay, let us go. Are you relaxing? You can't go. Do not go to sleep. I know it's been that kind of long day. You've worked hard, and I'm proud of each and every one of you, but more importantly, you ought to be proud of you. Okay. You're ready. We're ready for you, and they're ready for you. I want you to listen. I want you to listen. Listen, listen. Listen to the words. Listen to the words. You can't hear? We need the volume up.
Hold the keys of life. Embrace us with your wisdom and heal our souls with light. Mothers of the world, you are life and song. Heal us with your word. And that word is love. Love. Mothers of the world, mothers of the world, is love,
As the drums continue to softly play, I want you to think of yourselves as mothers. You conceive a dream, you give life to the dream, and you develop it, it becomes your child. I want you to go to your folder, and in your folder, you should have a pen, and you should have a piece of paper that looks like this. And I want you, as you're sitting here with the drums playing softly, to allow yourself to be bold enough, to be bad enough, to perhaps close your eyes for a minute and write down, when you open them up, to yourself. So it'd be, "Dear Reverend Rainbow, here is the best dream I got for you." And write that dream down in glorious and just magnificent detail. Write it down on this one sheet of paper, and then sign, "Love Yourself." So take your paper out and get your pen out, and you can write on your folder, and you're writing this to yourself. It is, if you will, your higher self is telling you, that conscious mind, your latest and greatest dream. You want to write it in glorious detail. You want to write it with all of the magnificence that only your higher self, or that what I call God, speaks about. I don't know nothing little that God knows about. God is an awesome power in my life and in yours. So I'm going to be quiet for the next few minutes as you write this letter to yourself, telling you about your grand and glorious dream. A grand and glorious dream. All the detail, all the color, all the feeling, the significance, all those who will be impacted, how you will be impacted. Oh, it's a phenomenal dream. God only deals in things that are phenomenal. And any erroneous thought that's covering up, these drums are shaken loose. Any self-doubt is being into the nothingness from which it came. Any negative feedback that you got last time this dream came up, you're letting go of it. You're writing about your powerful dream. Oh, isn't it wonderful to be writing about this dream? Oh my God, I want to see the smiles that are coming on your face. You feel it. You're feeling it. The imagination is coming up in with faith, and you're feeling this dream. It's the way people went from walking and carts to driving Mercedes. The dream became a reality. They let go of all that was no longer necessary, even if it had a lesson for them. They moved through it because God, they looked to that God. They meditated. Oh, my Lord. They meditated. Oh, Lord, these drums are getting me. And as you continue to write, you come to the end, you send whatever greeting, love whoever, lovingly, and sign your name, and fold the letter up. And then there's an envelope. And I want you to address this envelope to yourself and your full-blown address, and seal it on the back, and sign your name across the seal, so you want to make sure nobody reads it. But I want you to, I'm going to collect these, and at a time when you do not know, you're going to receive it in the mail. So on the envelope, you're writing your name, your address, your city, state, and zip code. Because this is God speaking to you. And as I said on the back, you can seal it and then write your initials across the back so you'll see no one has opened it except you when you receive it. Oh, Lord. Ooh. And my team members and ambassadors are going to walk around collecting. If you sign your name and sign your name across the back, this is a letter to you. And as you finish, I want you to go, you can't do it, you can go, yeah, yeah. Bercy behind you. Do you feel yourself? Do you feel yourself feeling your dream? Do you feel the joy it's bringing you? If it ain't the dream, it's the drums. I don't know which, but it's good. Any more? You have done, once again, this is not the first time you've done this, but it is a new time, and right now is the only time we got. So we have started down the path, and my dream is already done. It's just a matter of me allowing it to come into manifestation. I'm going to allow God to do what God does with me. I'm going to be that instrument. I'm going to be, I think St. Francis of Assisi says something about being an instrument. I'm going to do that. Now, you shy and retiring ladies, you can just go that you're finished. You can just do like that. If you don't want to... Okay, I'm going to have a workshop on doing that. I see that. Everybody's collected, all envelopes collected? Give them all to the conference administrator? Ooh! Everybody finished? Oh, there's one. Raise your hand if you're still working. Your dream is really wonderful. But there's some food and some stuff over in the other room called liquor that we may want to go to. One last time. Oh, there's Don's. Everybody finished? Now, don't you? I know everybody turned in the envelope. I'm going to count them. I know how many people are in here. All together, we're going to say, 1, 2, 3. Put your hands together for the drum divas. Okay.